Hey guys, so my name is Dr. Connie, and today I want to show you guys different ways to shift your feelings without having to shun them, but how you can utilize that feeling that comes up for us, oftentimes negative, and really focus on it, pay attention to it with the intention to shift out of that negative feeling. And there is nothing better than yoga to do that. Oftentimes, for years and years and years, I've tried to shun my negative feelings, think positive. Well, that doesn't work. And so today I want to show you different feelings and really anchor you into different chakras and anchor them with different yoga poses that you can anchor in so you can put attention to your feeling so that you can shift with an intention to shift out of that feeling. So you're feeling the feeling, but you're shifting that energy to a higher state of consciousness to really help you to bring energy and vitality to your body. Starting with the root chakra, I'd like you to sit comfortably like me in Sukhasana. Feel the grounding points of your body on the mat. It's almost like you're centering yourself to the here and now. Relax the hands on your knees, palm side up. Feeling the grounding of your sit bones, your root chakra to the mat. Chin is slightly forward, shoulders are back. This is when you feel unreasonable anxiety attack or certain fear that comes up for you, or you feel so unstable, both emotionally, physically, and mentally. And this is what I'd like you to do, and just sit and ground and cap your knees and pull your chest up, grounding through your sit bones, exhaling, grounding and rounding your back, just moving with attention to the feeling you feel, whether it be instability, insecurity, fear and anxiety. Inhaling up. And exhale, knowing that this is the root chakra that affects your adrenal gland to produce or overproduce, in many cases, the cortisol hormone that gets activated, which activates your sympathetic nervous system response, which is responsible for fight or flight, where you're really insecure, scared for your life, even if the circumstances don't warrant it. And so bringing you back to the root, just that rock back and forth in Sukhasana, and just grounding, putting your attention to your feeling, but also with the full intention to shift it from that fear and anxiety into more the calm and peace. Choosing the breath as opposed to being suckered in through the roller coaster of that fear and anxiety that sucks you down. It's helpful to focus on your energy, to put your attention on what you're feeling so that you can shift with intention out of that feeling into more healing feeling or positive feeling that can now come naturally. Take a deep breath in and exhale, remembering always the root chakra is associated with the adrenal gland, which produces overproduction of your cortisol. So the second chakra is going to be your sacral chakra. And this chakra is below the navel, and it's all about really feelings of self-worth. If you feel unworthy, or you feel like your relationship is being taxed, because that sacral chakra is associated with the sexual hormones. It's where your creativity is. But if you feel like you just don't know and you're just wound up and there's a lot of feelings of guilt or unworthiness and down on yourself, this is what I'd like you to do. So I want you to come up to the top of your mat, starting at the top of your mat. Inhale your arms up overhead. Exhale, fold forward, palms to the mat. We're going to take the right foot out back, heel to the left foot behind the right wrist on the pinky edge, and guide it down and square your hips. And then gently untuck the right toes and come down onto your elbows. Relax your face, relax your shoulders. So this is where your sexual hormones are, whether you're a male or female. It's the testosterone, progesterone, and estrogen. And this is where the imbalance can really flow into, from the root chakra, the cortisol, into the sexual hormones, can really cause a dysregulation of your hormones, feeding all the other areas of your body. We have a lot of guilt and shame and unworthiness being stuck in our hips, is why I'm introducing this pigeon for you. So we have to make sure we get all the sludge, all the trapped emotions out of our hips. So we're going to go back and then now place the right foot behind your left wrist. And just as we did on the other side, you're going to go down and continue to choose to catch your breath and breathe into your right hip this time. And as you do, please understand that this sacral chakra, when it's unbalanced, you're going to be riddled with so much guilt, so disconnected from all those people that are all around you. There's going to be a lot of conflict and troubles, as well as just a dissatisfaction, deep dissatisfaction within yourself that causes you to feel like you're unworthy. And that can itself feed the cycle of the cortisol from the root and your sexual hormones. Really need you to remember that. And then from there, I want you to come back onto a seated position, bringing the left foot back forward, where we introduce you now to the solar plexus. So solar plexus is where your personal power lies. This is where you have self-esteem and self-worth. And I really want you to also understand that when it's unbalanced, you're going to have a lot of digestive issues. So learning how to plug the navel to the spine is key. So putting the hands down behind you. We're going to do what's called a boat. Pull the chest forward, shoulders drawn down, pushing evenly through all 5 fingertips. Then lift the shin up, sit up nice and tall. And this might be all you can do for some of you, but many of you are stronger, so you might want to do the full boat version, either knees bent or fully extended, toes pointed. This is where you can really work on the fire element of your belly, feeding your digestive fire. Deep breath in, connecting, shifting, and really putting the attention to your solar plexus, telling yourself, I am confident, I am worthy, and my self-esteem. And this is helpful for those times when you just don't feel worthy and you're struggling with your self-esteem, lots of digestive issues. And again, it's all about putting the attention with the intention. So now what I want you to do is I want you to go into working with our heart chakra. Heart chakra is where when you feel despair, you feel a lot of jealousy, you feel a lot of anger, hatred, resentment, that's when I'd like you to offer up this, feel the feeling, bring attention to what you're feeling. Instead of justifying it, pull it in, feel what you feel, and then attention to your feeling with the intention to shift. So coming into a camel pose, really stand tall, pull the heart up, chin is tucked initially, push your hips forward, draw the navel to the spine, and then gently reach back towards your heels, toes are tucked. From here, if you have neck issues, you can just stay here, opening up your chart or heart, or otherwise you can go all the way. This is when you feel so much despair, jealousy, anger, resentment. This is where you come to feel the feeling with the intention to shift towards a better feeling. Tuck your chin and then guide your hip, and then allow yourself to sit and breathe. Deep breath in and deep breath out. And from here, we're going to move on to working on our throat chakra. That is used when you feel like you get choked up and you're telling a lot of things, or you're saying a lot of things that might not align with who you are. So you're going to come onto your elbows, pushing. I like to have the fingertips palm side down, pushing the floor away, lifting the chest. And then from there, you just straighten your legs, puff out the chest more, and take the crown of the head down. It may not touch the floor, but you're strengthening and really stretching the area near and around your throat. And remember, throat is where your self-expression is. So if it's really not in alignment with what you're saying, or you walk away from conversations often where you're so frustrated with yourself because you didn't say what you meant, you said what you felt like they wanted to hear. If that's you, this is a good way to bring attention to it so that you can shift with the intention to shift towards a higher level consciousness, towards a positive feeling. Breathing in here and exhaling, understanding that this too also affects your thyroid. Up your chin. Come back up nice and slow. Next thing is the third eye. Third eye is your creativity also, as well as your intuition. If you are feeling like you are disconnected with yourself and you feel like you can't see the bigger picture in your life, you don't know your purpose, you just feel like every day is just a grind and it just doesn't feel good, this might be a good place for you to come into a child's pose. Knees are wide. Sink your hips back down towards the heels. Bring between your eyebrows down on the mat. Arms are outstretched in front of you. Tuck your chin and really press that area between your eyebrows down on the mat. You're going to inhale deep. Exhale, and just trusting and just feeling and bringing attention to where you feel with the intention to shift out of that feeling, understanding that this is where your pituitary gland is. It's the major, most profound regulation of all the hormones. In fact, all the hormones that we mentioned, from the root all the way up to our heart, as well as pituitary, is what produces the stimulating hormones in your body. So it's, remember, when you stimulate this, you are telling the whole body to listen, to tune in. And if you can balance here, things will open up for you. Healings are well underway. All you have to do is sit back and have faith. And then from there, we go on to the crown chakra. Crown chakra is when you feel so disconnected from everything in life and you just feel like you're in a rut. You don't know your purpose and life just doesn't have much to offer and you always feel like, ugh, blah, right? Joy and happiness just doesn't exude out of you. It is at the top of your head, which is your crown chakra. So I want you to interlace your hands, place it down, and then I want you to go ahead and place the top of your head down, push the elbow away, and this can be in a tabletop, and this is so good just to stay here. But those of you who are wanting a little more, you can lift your hips up and walk your hands closer to you. And continue to choose to take a breath in and out.
putting a little pressure on the top of your head, not too much, not compressing your neck. So you really do have to push the elbows down. And again, attention to what you're feeling with the intention to shift. This is the pineal gland for your body, where it's responsible for the melatonin production. So if you're having issues with sleep-wake cycle, or you're having issues with feeling tired all the time, it's likely because your sleep-wake cycle, the circadian rhythm, is out of whack. So that's a good way to stimulate. Again, all the practices that we did was bringing attention with what we're feeling, no matter how negative, honoring that, going through the poses with an intention to shift our attention, right? So that we can better manage imbalance. And if you notice from the root all the way up to the crown, each chakra is associated with its respective glandular system of the body, which relieve or produce hormones in the body. That communication all around, it's all about the balance. It's never a fragmented piece of one hormone that may be dysregulated, but one hormone dysregulation can alter the whole body. So stop thinking fragmented pieces, but bring your body back as whole, from the mind to the body, so we can connect for a healthier, vital, revived, and the best and the healthiest version of you. Namaste.